Hello and welcome to the Gags Tandon Show. I'm back with Jack. Jack, how you doing, buddy?
Whoa, nearly won that, lad, aren't we? Disappointing, but as we'll speak about tonight, mate, it was a much improved second half, mate, but a very hard and victory. Well, if points potentially, but
We wish it was so
nearly a
hard.
victory. Yeah, it's so hard.
I was actually glad that we got the point because it just felt like for so long that we just looked like we weren't going to win. You know, when you're watching that game and you watch that second half start 10 minutes in, and is that when Jota came on around 10 minutes in, something like that?
Yeah, it's the second half.
I can't remember, but it took a while. I mean, you could see nothing had really changed.
Yeah.
You know, it just didn't. Let me see, when did
Jota come on the 65th? Yeah, 65th. He come on.
That's 20 minutes.
Yeah,
that's a long time to wait because nothing was happening until at that point. It was just really dead. You know, so I was like, we are losing this game. Like that was my thinking. Literally, it was just like we're not going to win. We're not going to win because it just looked. Have you ever seen a game where actually Verge and Mo played that bad as well? Like Mo had a stinker until the last 10 minutes.
Yeah,
like a proper stinker. Like,
needed there.
Couldn't
control the ball, could he? He couldn't even control the ball. Well,
no, has he signed a contract or something?
He's just a bit relaxed now. He's signed a new deal behind closed doors.
And if he has, then that would explain it. Or Liverpool have turned around and said, we ain't paying you 500k a week.
Until you win us the league.
To be honest, if you're playing like that,
yeah,
you know, 500k a week. I know he's done it for us all season, and it's really like, you know, fickle. But when you need your players to stand up, Jack, when you need them, you just this is the game.
Yeah.
That gap tomorrow. Now Arsenal have a chance to cut this gap.
Yeah,
it's 4 points. 4. It's a title race again. If they win, it's 4. No matter what anyone says, we've got a game in hand. They're not points until they're on the board.
Yeah, and they're gonna be Everton. Gonna be like full on Diego Simeone. Gonna be like Forest. Gonna just sit behind the ball and try and frustrate us, kick us, wallop us, do whatever, mate. But yeah, it's like as I said on my watch long, mate, probably like all of us coming into this game. We've watched Kevin De Bruyne for many of the years for City. I wanted Salah to step up. He nearly got at the back end of the game. Obviously, that little shot inside the penalty area where Sells tipped it over anyway. We'll get onto him anyway. But yeah, I wanted a bit more. But games of this magnitude, you wanted like just a big moments. Obviously, we got it with Jota, but I think like a little run inside the penalty area of little sheer brilliance. But it wasn't to be really tonight, mate, which is disappointing. But we go again. I think for me, personally, mate, it's our hardest game of the season away from home. I think Forest, from a defensive point of view, only conceded, was on my notes, only 19 goals. The joint second best record alongside Liverpool coming into this game tonight. They've only scored 29 goals, but even still, they're one of the most defensively resolute low blocks in European football, mate. They are good.
It had been 7 hours since they'd, conceded.
Yeah.
That's mad, right? That's absolutely mad. So, I mean, yeah, I agree. What's we saying here? I hope Ange's disingenuous defending a decision do that goes in Spurs' favor against Arsenal. Yeah, happy for him to use all his luck up tomorrow. Use it, but I am not banking on Spurs because it's Spursy, bro. Spursy, like Damo, it's gonna be Spursy. They're gonna beat us one week and get smashed by them the other week because that's literally what these idiots do. So, I mean, yeah, we just talked about Mo Salah and the game and everything, but let's just quickly look at some of these. Let's just look at these stats here. And I was really surprised. The first half, 0.47 to 0.3, pretty level. Once they scored, Jack, they just didn't want to go forward after that. 9 shots from us, a big chance, we missed it. What was the big chance in the first half?
First half, big chance.
I don't remember it.
Was it the counter attack? Was it when Diaz?
What did? Oh, it's Dom's header.
Oh yeah, Dom's header.
Giving Dom's header a big chance.
That
was cleared by Nico. So that's weird. Like Yeah, that wasn't a. I mean, I don't know. Maybe fair enough, but let's have a look at this quick second half here.
Dominance.
That is a battering, mate. You know what? Now I want to change my mind. We should have won.
Yeah,
I should change it to what you're saying. We should have won. That is an absolute shellacking in the second half.
Yeah,
absolute shellacking. Like, just pure domination. That, you know what it is? They run out of run out of energy, didn't they?
Yeah,
they completely run out of legs. So some of these big chances.
Yeah, you have the Jota one. You've got Salah's one as well in the penalty area. So many big opportunities. Jota by the looks of it. See, like, he changed the game, mate, didn't he? As we said, like, he just allowed those little pockets of space in and around the penalty area, and he very much just drove that Liverpool team higher up the pitch as well. Like, Diaz was really struggling in the first half. Really,
he really struggled in this game. Really struggled. What's the comment? Something a commentator slagging himself, but he was alone all night. First half crosses and shots outside the box, no good. They were all. I think RP. Just to say, I thought his touch was really poor as well. It's not like we're trying to slag him off for any reason, but he literally had a really bad touch as well. He just wasn't doing anything in the game, and you'd expect more from him. And even when he was running at players, when it was 1-on-1, forget 2 or 3-on-1. You can understand the 2 or 3-on-1. We're not silly and we're not biased, but when it's 1-on-1, you expect more from him. And Nico had him in his pocket at times, which
it was that ball. It was that ball, Gags, and just threw that ball by Trent in the second half with his left foot, where he's like bursting for the one goal with Sells as well. You just expect him to bring that down and just caress that into the bottom left corner. But like, we demand so much from him because we know how good he has been this season, and but they're his levels this season, and he can very much reach those levels. But I'm pretty sure Salah, as we know, he'll score plenty come what the end of May, mate, and he'll play a big pivotal role in the title running, mate. But yeah, tonight would have been nice if you just had his shooting boots on and his passing boots, really.
Yeah, Chiesa on. I love my India says Chiesa on for Diaz instead of CJ. Slot nailed it with the subs. Love the switch with Grav at CB. Kanate not 100% fit. Maybe the reason he got that wrong. Well, no, I don't think. I think Grav did fine when he went back and started playing in midfield as well. We literally had one defender. Salah affected by Salah. Just Stones trying to be a bit funny there. Let's have a look. Our Anfield Index, and that's Eddie saying Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City still have to go away to Forest. Not an easy place to go. Agreed. Totally agreed. Double up on the side. Should have put Chiesa on for Diaz. No, you're definitely not. Loads of people were calling for Chiesa to come on. I was even willing them to take him off for Mo, to be honest. At some point, just because he needed someone direct to run at their back line with pace. I reckon Chiesa would have got round behind there much faster. Yeah. We didn't get off to our customary slow start. We looked up for it and then got sucker punched. Yeah. Well, you say that it's a slow start from the defense, Davo. A real slow. Like, I know Mo gave the ball away, but Virgin Trent for the goal with a man that runs in sand. The man runs in sand, and he got in behind. And what the hell is Ali doing for that goal, Jack?
I'm just gonna have to quickly watch this back anyway, mate. But I can remember, like, I think everyone in the chat tonight on the watch on was saying he should have done better. Do you think he should have done better with that goal? Like,
100%. It's not been the same since he came back for me, Ali. Kelleher would have probably saved that. And also, I think Verge had dropped a bit deeper than Trent. So I'm probably being harsh on Trent. But, they both should have moved at the same time. Like, if they were in sync. So both of them at fault for not being in sync. But Verge especially, letting him run off him and seeing Trent further up the pitch a little bit, like 5 yards up. Verge should be taking the run with him, but he was afraid to move with him, and that's what's caused us the goal. So not the best from Verge or Ali and Mo today. So
and Ibu, was it Ibu that was caught? He got attracted to the ball, didn't he?
Ibu's moved up the pitch to get involved, and he's not won the header well, and then Mo's not really done much with the ball either. So it's kind of like the whole of that, the five there that just didn't do too well, at that point in time. We had the ball loads. We tried to dominate the game, but, just
needs to do better in that area, don't you?
AG says in isolation, the result is fine, but we should have won given the chance in the second half. Defense concerns me. Robertson and lack of DM is clear. Yeah, I mean, it's what do you think about what AG just said there in terms of lack of a DM and the worry about the defense?
Yeah, when on my analysis made, as I said at half time, I think the games of this nature, like you look at obviously defensively, Forest, 2 DM sitting in front of your opposition, your team as well. But for me, I think if we had more of a destroyer or just a protector, really, like Macker and McAllister and Gravenberch are good. Maybe if you're playing a home or if you're playing a team that will be a lot more expressive. But I think when you are playing such a counter-attacking side that Forest are, we've seen that goal how many times from Chris Wood already. That was his 13th goal of the season in the Premier League, and it was a training ground exercise. But that's what Forest do in terms of transitionally in European football. They're one of the best, if not one of the best teams in European football in terms of just taking free passes and they're in opposition defences. They exploited Liverpool's weaknesses in terms of, as you've alluded to there, mate, tonight, Liverpool's sloppiness on the halfway line, but they just punished us straight away. I think if we had more of a defensive six, would have allowed Robbo and certainly Trent to go a bit more higher up the pitch, and obviously, like Fabinho done for many of the years, just drop in between the two centre halves and just allow us to play. And we see as soon as Liverpool got on the ball, second half, we just controlled the game, mate, and we just dominated teams really. But yeah, it was disappointing from Robbo as well, mate. From a set piece perspective, really, in terms of deliveries, really poor. And we see him with Costas coming on. Yeah, Trent as well. Disappointing from set pieces as well. You need more, especially when you're playing a defensive side like Forest. Punish them on what they usually thrive on. That's those build-up play.
Agreed. Matthias says he's left encouraged by that second half performance. Could be a big boost for the lads' confidence. Was yes, I agree that whilst we might be, or you guys, I mean, to be honest, the point was good enough for me until I looked at those stats a bit more in depth and then wondered, oh shit, maybe we could have won it. But to be honest, how bad we were for 65 minutes, taking a point, I was begging for a point for 65. As soon as they scored up to the 65th, I was begging for a point. And then the onslaught started, and you can see that when our tails are up, we are the best team in the league. We are a strong team. There's no need to not admit that, you know what I mean? But had we started in that way, had we kept them at bay for longer, maybe it would have been better. But we just, I think the atmosphere and everything got on top of us a little bit, you know?
It's just a goal. The goal, though, mate, just killed their ground, really, in regards to just the atmosphere. Like that, like our goal. And you could say, obviously, I think Slotterby, I think he's just coming on an interview. We'll find out his quotes in a second as well, mate. But I think he'll be frustrated, like all of us. For like the last couple of months, he's been saying Forest, that Forest defeat done my head in. But yeah, as Chat already alluded to, just building blocks certainly going into the next couple of weeks, because I think away from home, as I said, it's such a difficult ground to go to. But as he's already alluded to in the comments tonight, the other teams round us have still got to go to Forest, and they've got to. And if they do drop points, the other teams round us, and even Forest drop points or whatnot, then we need to be there to punish them really. And let's hope Ange does the business tomorrow. But it's Spursy. But Arsenal this season as well. They haven't really capitalised on the missed opportunity so far this season as well.
That's why I'm worried, because they will. If we keep giving them opportunities, they will. You know, so we've got another big away game this weekend, and you know that's not going to be easy. City just drew over there. This, you know, I mean, City aren't very good at the moment, but they've just gone and drawn theirs. It shows Brentford aren't no pushovers, of really good home form. So you know, we could draw again on the weekend and give Arsenal another chance. And at that point, you're looking at what, 2 points?
Yeah.
You know, if that's the you know, 2 points between us with a game in hand, it's nothing. It's nothing, and they haven't got Saka. So we have to get better. We just do. What was this? The slot footy we played in the first half was crap. These guys had a solid defense in the middle, guys. When we overwhelmed second half, and it clopped it. Clopped it was better. What? I'm not sure. This is a slot team now, and they play a slot way. You can keep trying to bring slot into the conversation as much as you bloody want. Goals change games. It wasn't a Klopp thing. It wasn't it is a slot thing. We scored, and then they were on the back foot because they shit themselves. It's got nothing to do with playing like Klopp. Like, goals change games. What is there hard to do? You just keep talking about Klopp. You can talk about Klopp all you want. There was no Yeah, and I've seen another comment from this guy saying, "Oh, have you noticed as the season like goes on, we're not the pressy footing." Oh no, shit, we're tiring. We're tiring. We're badly
Yeah,
tiring. The pressing
yeah,
is going to stop because we're tiring and we're overplaying players. And this is why, Jack, I always say we should buy players when we're
yeah,
in such commanding positions
yeah,
because they're
100%.
getting knackered. Grav is knackered.
Yeah,
Grav isn't the same Grav that he was in August, September.
yeah. McAllister as well, even like they're so instrumental. All of us, every head knows that, mate. But the thing is, it's up to the responsibility of the club now. I think all of us, every Liverpool fan, I don't think you'd have to ask any Liverpool fan if you get an opportunity to improve this squad. But it's dependent on who we can move out in the window. We've already had the rumours of a supposed bid on Nunes as well. But I think one thing Liverpool need to do is, if that's the case, we need to shift on one or two players, and then that's where I do think Liverpool might be a bit more active in the January transfer window, because even one or two players, look at City, they're getting the lads from obviously Frankfurt, and they've signed another centre half as well, so they're strengthening. So as we know, it's important that Liverpool do strengthen. If the opportunity is there, go out and spend the money, because we're not skint, but we've got the money.
Just to finish off the discussion with RP, I think you're missing the point. We've been doing that all season for Slot. Like, it's been a Slot thing to go second half, go strong, overwhelm the opposition. So, but what I was pointing out is that you're calling it a Klopp thing. You need to let go, mate. Klopp's gone.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a
gone.
Slot thing now. So that's what I'm trying to say. I completely agree. We overwhelmed. It's not a Klopp thing. That's what I was pointing out. Let go of him. He's gone now. So this was a big point in the first half. Bloody
Yeah, as we
hell.
said.
I think we
Yeah.
were all screaming. I was hearing you screaming. I think I mean, do we have to give credit to Murillo, or is
Yeah.
that all on Diaz? Because Murillo was a brick wall. Like, did you notice in the second half he was slipping over and still clearing stuff? It
Yeah.
was like, what is this, man?
It's the art of defending, really, with some centre halves, isn't it, mate? Like you're not going to get that many opportunities on the counter attack, mate. That's why probably all of us were up in arms, even the away end tonight at Forest. It was, those crucial moments. That's where it's just he's capable of doing that ball. It was a 2-on-2 counter attack, and we didn't get many opportunities, as
2
we
against
know.
1.
You need, for me, if you're being clinical, you need to be getting that ball through to Cody Gakpo. Would have been an excellent opportunity to have a shot on goal, mate, but so frustrating. But that's the difference maker, really. In these big moments, in these big games, you need to be on it. And a ball of that quality needs to be finding Gakpo from Lucho. It was poor from him, mate, but needs to step it up, really, going into the game against Brentford. Because similar situations will arrive like that against Brentford on the counter-attack, and we need to be much better in transition.
I'd break the bank for Murillo in the summer, by the way.
Yeah, 100%. He's what, 22, 23 as well?
Yeah.
I'd go in there 50, 60 million. You're going to get potential as well.
Probably 80 million, but still, it's
probably.
It seems like another Verge signing the way he's playing.
Yeah.
He's just incredible today.
Quality.
What do you think of this one? Ali's been bad since he's been back. Every 2-3 shots on goal is a goal.
Big up there, mate. It's interesting, though. I think that looking back, probably the data might suggest in terms of the expected XG goals, really. And I'm just quickly looking at that goal here tonight. It's quickly, and from my point of view, off the watch along. Just looking at that now, little replay. It's right in the bottom right corner, but even still, your goalkeeper there. He's bought Alisson's won so many trophies with his quality. The lads at the back, it's expected. He can't save absolutely every shot. Which we expect of him because it's Ali, mate. But even still, looking back on that goal, as we mentioned already, with Ibu and the lads, like, we get hit on the counter attack. Like, it's the lads' responsibility in front of them, even still, to stop that ball getting a shot on target. You know you've done bad if you're just relying on your goalkeeper every single week in 1v1s. But we know Ali, come at the end of May, he'll produce some absolute world class saves that will win us points. Certainly win us a lot of 3 points.
AG's back. Brentford game is massive now, as we've just said as well. Hopefully Spurs do us a favour tomorrow. I'm not holding my breath. And the result is more than fine, but we have had a few opportunities to make that gap at the top near uncatchable. We could have been, if we'd beat United, which we conceded a shit goal on, by the way. We were ahead. We came back from behind to be ahead in that game. It was
Newcastle.
looking very rosy. Newcastle as well. Actually, you have a point. We conceded a stupid goal in both those games, and and that's 4 points gone. Today we could have won, but that's more down to us. It wasn't like a last minute thing. We could have scored at the end more, but I would still say this one's probably more acceptable because of the way how shit we were for 65. But the other two games, I thought we were more than deserved to win those, and just bad defending. Trent having a whopper. 4 points more now. What is it now? What, at the moment, we're 7 points clear. It would have been 11 with a game in hand, dude.
Yeah.
And if we won today, 13 with a game in hand, like bloody hell. But you can't win all the games, right? But
no, you can't, mate.
I agree with AG. We've done something. I think we've got HBS here saying, why doesn't he ever bring Chiesa on when we need a goal? What's he got to lose, especially at the end?
It's who you take off, though, mate. Isn't it? I think obviously
it's got to be Mo, right? Basically,
yeah, could have been Mo, mate. But as you've already alluded to, mate, I think Chiesa thrives in those positions as he did for the Italian national side, and certainly in the Serie A. You just, especially defensively resolute Italian sides are in playing in those tight spaces. But Chiesa will get his opportunities, and he will get opportunities this season. And Salah will be needing to get drops because he can't play every minute of the game this season. It's impossible.
Yep, RPM again supporting us a lot today, mate. We do appreciate your comments, even though I am debating you. But today, this one as well. Do you think Chiesa ready for a PL game? Reckon he would have been useful tonight? I honestly think so. I really do. I think he would have been, because what Salah's lacking now is pace, right? So against Nico, just needed someone to run past him. And I think if Chiesa had come on and Salah had gone central a little bit, and then just paired up with him on the right sometimes.
Yeah.
Because Dom had got behind a few times and just couldn't find the pass.
Yeah.
Right. And by the way, I thought Dom really picked up the performance second half. Everybody was rubbish.
Slide tackle as well. Was it in like the 20
minutes?
Oh,
yeah. Got everyone going. It just started just running around like a crazy guy and really picked it up. I mean, to be honest, first 65, there was no good player. Everyone was awful, but I thought really came on. Let's have a look at some of the slot comments here then. Slot Forest goalkeeper made some incredible saves. I couldn't have asked for more. We created so many chances. I was so happy with our second half performance. It was just one chance of it after the 65th minute. We were definitely better than last time we played against Forest, but then that is not hard yet because we were rubbish. The second half of the season is always harder to win games. So he's not getting carried away with anything. I agree with him. We were much better second half. It was better, but let's see what happens. Diaz is not a 9 or a false 9. He's a left-sided attacker.
I agree.
Yeah, he's not today. He didn't do it, did he? At all?
No.
But today he played against some really informed defenders. Like they are the cream of the crop right now in the Premier League in defense. Both of them. They've just not been 7 hours without conceding a goal. It tells you something.
Not too bad. Yeah,
exactly. So we've come on in and we've scored and broke it. Hey, that's a good thing as well. So I think, Diaz, we'd be saying something completely different had Diaz passed to Gakpo and we went and scored.
Yeah, 100%, mate. And it's going to be interesting this season, as you just said there, Gags. It's the partnership between them. We've come up against one of the most informed defensive sides in European football, not just the Premier League. But there will be times where Diaz will be needed in terms of stretching those back lines. Didn't quite do it tonight. Obviously, with Jota coming on, making an instant impact, certainly. But it's all about still January. It wasn't even January. There's so much football to go. The main thing for all of us is every lad in that forward line and even the whole team is just stay fit. Stay fit. Play into a bit of form as well. We mentioned already Chiesa tonight. He'll get his opportunities, and when it does arrive, whether that be in the Premier League or the Champions League, they all need to step up like Jota come on and Costas one ball in straight away. If you are watching on YouTube as well, though, I've just checked as well. Get those likes up if you are on YouTube. We've only got 10 likes at the minute. Pump those likes up, everyone. If you haven't already done so, be very much.
Yeah, and if you're on Twitter, come on over. Go to my Twitter account, Gags Tandon, and you'll see the link to YouTube. Come and join us, please. We'll, we'd really appreciate having you over here with us. To be honest, it's this is what we're trying to grow. This is where we're trying to do a lot of our content now. So if you could help us out, we'd really, really appreciate it. Also on Chiesa, he's got a good shot on him, Chris says, and you can take players on. I would have taken off Cody for the last 10, maybe. So Cody came close as well, to be fair. Chris has got another comment saying, my PTSD is kicking in from this result. When will the club learn to stop running lads in the ground and strengthen, tired of falling short? You know what? I
if we knew the answer, mate, we'd all be millionaires.
I don't want to say I told you so.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, I said 3 weeks ago, the only thing that's going to stop us, Jack, what was it?
Ourselves. Yeah, ourselves, eventually.
They need the help. They need the help.
Especially going off the back of this season, mate. We all want to be... I think it's going to be a lot of football, but it'd be interesting whether Liverpool, from a physical point of view, obviously at the minute, touch wood, it looks like we might have just changed something going into the season from a fitness perspective. Hopefully we have. We don't really need to be running these lads into the ground, even with training as well. But what does help with Liverpool from a footballing perspective is just being a lot more ball retention, allow other teams to do the run forward. As when you've got the ball, football is a very easy game. If you're just letting the opposition tire, like we did with Forest, you were absolutely running on empty. And let's hope that they got a fair bit of energy coming into the next couple of weeks against the teams that we need them to very much take points off. So,
agree. I totally agree. It's. I don't know, mate. Just. I just hope, we can get a run of games going now. I really do, because we need it. We need to win a few games and let the others drop points again, and that's what we did with that big run where we got some wins. Forest played exactly as we all expected, so it's disappointed the first 60 minutes, the way this first 65 minutes went. Here we go. Jones, HBS was a dud. Play Keys on my right, Salah in the 10. Worth a try, especially after we looked good in the last game. What did you think of the Jones sub?
At the time on the watch along, mate, I felt it was the right decision. Pick up the H. I think from a ball retention point of view, in those central areas, obviously we've mentioned the two Forest centre halves. That's one thing. I think it helped really from my point of view. Understand where you're coming from, H. But I think in terms of just keeping that ball retention, massively helped us in terms of just keeping that ball ticking over. There was a lot more options in those central areas. And I think, as we mentioned already tonight, Jones was making a couple of diagonal switches inside the penalty area, much better from Diaz when Diaz come off, but certainly getting Curtis. I think I understood what he was trying to do, get that ball in the centre of the area, and certainly from a technical point of view, Jones in those tight spaces, he does that really well. Sometimes tonight we needed to have just kept hold of it at certain moments, but at the right time, and just release it. But I think Jones coming on, I understand, but from a possession point of view, for me, Gags and Jack, I think I understand why Jones come on. Just keep that ball ticking and just keep on trying to just get that little 5 or 6 yard ball inside the penalty area and just try and create a bit more. But I suppose Case's time will come, and when it does, let's hope he's fully fit and fully firing as well, ready to go.
With regards to Jones, just wish he'd release it quicker sometimes.
Yeah,
that's all. I'm just get really frustrated with watching him just hold it way too long and letting players get into position. He needs to be a bit more, he just needs to get his decisions right and have the intent, that's all. Yeah. So I was a bit disappointed with him, with what HBS said as well. Matthias says, if we got a left back and physical mobile DM, we win the league. I'm sure of it. If we don't, we still might, but it will be a real fight. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. Damo says, even if Chiesa isn't fully fit, he has this knack of ghosting past players who have no clue which way he's going to go. Even if he's not fully fit, Damo, don't you think that we should just play him for 10, 15 minutes to come on, or at least 20 minutes? He'll be fit enough to give 20 minutes a go, right? And some of our players are looking absolutely shattered, and maybe not playing full 90s will help some of those players play better in other games, like saving them some of their legs. Similar to what Jennifer says here. Why didn't Slot take Salah off and bring Chiesa on to take on players and just run? Everybody's saying the same thing here.
Yeah, 100%.
It doesn't seem like he's trusting Elliot or him. The performance was promising. Big improvement. United at home just need to go on a run and win so that the teams around us can drop away further. Agreed. And we've got one more comment here. Our issue before the season was that left back and DM. We haven't addressed it either, and will be easy to get at. So, from a Liverpool perspective, Who was your man of the match today?
I'd say Jota, really, mate. I think the instant impact.
Wow. He's
Costa.
not been on the pitch long.
Yeah, and that says a lot. But I think the main thing was getting goals tonight to get us back into the game. And I think, judging from chat and judging from me, you, Gags, and everyone, mate, I think Costas is a nailed-on starter for the next couple of weeks, mate. Robbo, sadly, it has come to the end of his era. I do feel he's been amazing. He's won it all with Liverpool. But I think the eventual time in the next 12 months, we need to be analysing that left-hand side and certainly just adding more quality into that. But Costas, more of that delivery, mate. When you come in, make an instant impact. It was the first touch for both of them. Corner, goal, simple. But in terms of the second half, maybe as well, Jota and possibly, as you've mentioned with the lads, I'd say Supposedly as well. Slightly behind him as well. Who was your man of match with? Let's say, if you had to pick one. It's difficult when you do all in
I definitely love watching their defender, but from a Liverpool perspective, it has to be Jota, to be honest. There's no, it was such a poor performance, for 65 minutes that the last 25 minutes you can do really well, but you give yourself such an uphill battle. Like it's such a big climb to get to. It's like a summit that you go into. And it wasn't good enough. So you don't deserve it sometimes like that. And their keeper, fair play to him, could have won man of the match as well. He was incredible. Like the Jota chances, the one Mo off the line with Aina. Was it Aina on the line? There was like a few that were like that. That lately we've been getting a few off the line. Last week as well, midweek we had Trent off the line as well. So Mo kind of woke up in the last 10 minutes, had a shot save over the bar, put one over the bar himself, put one wide.
Yeah.
Just like, come on.
Us and Belgium goalkeepers need to swear it, mate. As I said before we come on here, Thibaut Courtois in goal for Real and certainly sells tonight. It's frustrating.
I was in the stadium for that Courtois performance.
It's a joke of a performance.
I was there and it hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Hurt a lot just watching him do that, especially after seeing I was there for the final before that as well, where our keeper had an absolute mare.
Yeah.
And we lose because of it. And then we play them off the park in the next final that we have against them, completely destroyed them. Like destroyed them. And we can't get past their keeper. Like just mate, it should have been a cup treble that year. Shame.
If that sells players like that to the rest of the season, they'll get Champions League, and he will certainly get goalkeeper of the season for me, mate. No one comes close really this season in regards to
no. He's been fantastic. And to be honest, you've got to tip your hat off to the recruitment of Forest for their keeper and the two defenders.
They've spent well, certainly.
They're a pacey side, man. Like real fast twitch players, really fast players everywhere, and like they're dangerous on the break. What did I say to you, or was it Grizz? I said we need to change the way we play against them because all they're going to do is hit us on the counter. So we need to sit back a little bit and let them come on to us. And second half, when it got basketball-y, they were all over the place.
Yeah,
they were all over the place. Like, just needed to make it. We just needed to be tighter. But the problem is sometimes big teams have a bit of an ego and they have to play the way they want to play. Yeah. But the best teams win by amending a little bit,
slightly tweaking,
and respecting the opponent a little bit, especially in their home ground. And they were looking for that. They were looking for that kind of, we want to break and we score, and lo and behold, first shot. Off it goes. So
certainly they've recruited there well, mate. Quickly touching on Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think he's done well since coming in from obviously Chelsea, not being given much opportunity, mate. But he's there.
Even Elanga looks better than at United, dude.
Oh, I think everyone leaves United and gets better, though, but it's like, I think there's a lot of talk. Obviously, you look at the Ahmad for United, he's been one of their better players, and I think even Elanga, probably from his perspective, he's made up. I think like most players when they leave United, McTominay when he went to Napoli, he's leading the charge with them. So yeah, Elanga, mate. I think it will be refreshing to see them in Europe, mate. Obviously, they've already won the competition 2 times, and But
They've got more European pedigree than Arsenal.
heritage.
Let's put it that way.
Certainly. Yeah. More European Cups than City as well. Don't know. As well. So
They've won, everyone too.
I think they've won it too. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So,
but I don't really count City's cups because it's all fake.
Yeah.
RJ says, I watched the whole game without commentary. Our players didn't look shattered. We were the better side from the first minute. The only thing that worries me is Robertson. He shouldn't take corners. I mean, if you're watching that game and you don't see the midfield struggling with their legs, then I don't know. I just felt like Maka and Grav's been struggling for a few weeks. Not the same. I don't think Dom is. Dom was fine. Trying to work his arse off, but there's no support, with the other two at times today. They were struggling.
I think even quickly on that one though, Gags. You need, I don't know how you felt, you needed more in the midfield though, especially in the first 60 odd minutes before Jota comes on. Like, especially when you need more ball retention, and not just even that, just dragging the team up the pitch. Just someone have the ball and just strive with the ball 15, 20 yards as well. It brings your team up the pitch. It certainly drags the Forest defence out a bit more in certain elements.
Martin agrees with us that Dom put in a performance. And we talked about in that midfield, you need a bit more, like you just said. What we're missing is a peak Fabinho, because Ibu wouldn't need to drop in to have that header or come in and challenge in the middle center of the park, at that point, because Maka and Grav aren't going to do it as well. Whereas Ibu's a bit more dominating, we'll call for it. But then if it bounces and you miss it, or you don't make a proper header like he does and you get caught, you're out of position. Whereas if Fabinho heads it, it's going out or it's going forward and back to them, but still it's nowhere near your half of the pitch, and that's what we're missing right now. And that's why I'm gutted that we just don't recognize it and go for it, and we're stubborn that we want to play with the players we got. We're stubborn that we don't want to go spend money on stars to fill that position in midfield. It's what we're missing. Grav can do it, no problem, but needs to rest. He should play as an 8. He'd be even better for us as an 8 or a double pivot in there with a proper DM in there. So just don't. Yeah, I just don't.
That opens up Trent's game, though, twofold, mate, as well. I don't think we're seeing maximum performances out of Trent, really. As you said, we get a proper DM, someone that splits the two centre halves, and Ibu and Van Dijk. It allows a bit more freedom for Trent, and even Costas or Robbo, whoever's playing down the left-hand side, just allows them to push on a bit more and just be a lot more creative in that regard. But I think in modern era football, the 6th position, look at how good Rodri's been for City and how important even Claude Makelele, the legend he is as well. And even N'Golo Kante, Chelsea, and certainly Leicester in their title charge. So it's so important going into this window. Even hopefully we can get 1 or 2 over the line, but fingers crossed, really.
I'm just saying, he generally thinks people get influenced from listening to commentary and make no sense. I disagree. It was a poor performance for 60 minutes. We were the better side from the first minute. I think we were the better side for the first 10 minutes, and then we were playing some real good football, and then it went to shit, and we were just snatching shots from outside the box. That's not good football. That's not playing better. If a team has a tactical plan and get ahead of you and then drop back and just counter on you, and that's their tactical plan, they are playing better than you. They are shutting you out. That was it. We needed a set piece to get back in this game. Had that gone wide, I'm not convinced we'd be all over them for the rest of that half.
In the first half, we had no shots on target. Yeah,
we had nothing on target.
No shots on target in the first half. So
it was poor,
Yeah.
And I don't really let the commentary influence me too much. I just try and watch it. I mean, I wasn't calm at all, so if I watched it the second time around, I'll probably think maybe something different. But to be honest, 9 shots, nothing on target. No, I mean, the only big chance being that Dom header that was blocked by Nico, not, and the keeper's still behind him. That's not playing well for me.
No. Stamping your authority on
after the goal is playing well for me, And on the balance of it, if you take that 25 minutes and how much we created in that 25 minutes after the goal, we probably did deserve to win, and we probably were the better side overall. But 65 minutes were horrendous for me. Just did not enjoy it at all.
And for what we want to do, though, Gags and chat as well, if you want to be winning the league, you need to be doing more in the first open 45 minutes. yes, we've been a second half team for the majority of the season, but we need to do much better. Football's a 90-minute game, as we all know, but against better opposition, no respect to Forest in terms of an attacking transition. If we're playing a City or we're playing another top team that loves to have the ball and very much penetrate you in behind, then you can very much quickly find yourself especially going to the Champions League as well. We can't keep on wasting 45 minutes and then start playing. We need to be doing much better on the ball from a technical point of view, more than just having 0 shots on target in the first opening 45 minutes. As you said there, Gags, it's not good enough. And chat, we all know it's not good enough, but the levels that we want to be reaching and aspiring to, certainly, there's your improvement there and then, like tonight.
Yeah, I think Storm in a Teacup agrees with us. I was just saying with the Martin comment, I really like the way the team performed in the second half, and then early change after 65 shows Slot has the potential to do very big things at the club. I like that a lot. No doubt, but just needs to start trusting a couple of other players, I think, just to help us a little bit. The Belgian keeper started must have missed Mignolet's. Oh my God, that's really good. Yeah, I think Benjamin's got this spot on. Slot loves always play the best 11 approach to conditioning and periodization. He ain't going to change. He might discover that approach doesn't work in the Prim. Long way to go. I hope he learns, Benjamin. Yeah. I really do. And Arj, I totally agree with this point. We are quite lucky this season. Chelsea, City, and Bournemouth drawing us Spurs turn up tomorrow. Everyone's hoping that, but we're quite lucky that City are totally off it. Chelsea, after a 7-game run, just dropped off it. Arsenal consistently dropping points. If they drop points tomorrow, I think I'm convinced that we're going to win it, because just what we've done so far is going to be enough for us to get us over the line.
Yeah, and even watching that Arsenal side, Gags and Chat, that Arsenal side's so poor. And even if they do win tomorrow, Arsenal, they're expected to. Like, they're against Tottenham, let's be honest. But even still, like, their meltdown over there, just watching a couple of their games, even the fan base. Like, if Spurs go 1-0 up, that whole stadium's going to go toxic. It's absolutely going to go horrendous. And, like, we've just got to focus on ourselves. Go one game at a time. It's a very hard day in point, Chat. I'm telling you, like all of us, going to that ground, a lot of teams have struggled. And Forest are one of the best footballing sides in European football. Like, it's a hard-earned result. Certainly a point. We could be looking at that come at the end of May and be going, remember that Forest points? The massive points.
No, I'm chuffed. I'm not gonna change from my first original thought when I got in. I'm chuffed with the point. I thought we were going to lose, and I was so scared of losing. Didn't want to lose. Andy B says you got to score first against these low block teams, otherwise it's a grind. Yeah, I know Arj really enjoyed the way we played. If we scored first, I think we might have rollicked these guys today. A smash. And Garge just saying, trust me, Gags, watch the second time round with dominant side. I'm not doubting that we weren't dominant. Possession-wise, we had all of it. But
you can have all the possession in the world, but if you're not creating like good enough quality chances, you're not going to score. Then.
Yeah, definitely. And their game plan worked. They look really hard. You know what it was for me? They look really solid in defense, no matter what we did in that first half. Like, no matter what, every cross that went in was headed out. Anything that was cleared out, literally everything was dominated in that. It was like the old Leicester City team, that won the Premier League. Literally, they just put 2 lugs in the middle. Anything that was crossed in was just headed away. Everything. They didn't worry about it. They were like, beat our fullbacks, cross it in. We're heading it out. It was one of those type. That's how they play. So, and they got pace to burn up top, but they troubled us that first half. But I take your word for it that we were dominant. I totally agree we were dominant, but that doesn't mean we were better in the first half. Dominance doesn't always equal the better team tactically. Unfortunately, we didn't do enough. I just think Harvey would have helped us. That's a good point. Would you have thought he did?
Possibly, mate, but even still, as you just alluded to, the aerial prowess and the sheer dominance. I think Ryan Yates, Anderson played really well, obviously before the substitutions.
Anderson was impressive today.
Yeah, so
really I think Elliot would have been too slow. That's my worry.
Yeah, too slow, really. Yeah,
but he has the quality with the ball at his feet. That's the difference, and I really like him for his creativity. Don't know what would have happened. It's all ifs buts now. Mr. Wah says Moyes will play the same against us. Everton, Moyes. But to be fair, Moyes is shit. So
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm looking forward to that now.
Yeah.
Liverpool hesitant, only show up with our goal. What? What do you mean, Storm Mini? But Liverpool hesitant, only show up with our goal lacking something. Okay.
Elaborate on that, Storm.
Yeah.
All good.
And Arch said, why do we always concede all the time? I'm sick of it. Why don't we score first? It's shocking. Agreed.
Sometimes if only football was that simple, though, mate. Like we come up against a very, very good team, to be honest. And we were poor, as we said, for like up to the 60th minute. The substitutions have changed, but I think going forward, going into the Brentford game as well, there again another counter-attacking transition side that have punished us in the past. When you've got Wissa and you've got Mbuemo, you've got top players that Brentford have in transition. We just got to be on it. Going into next week as well. So games are coming thick and fast, and yeah, disappointing tonight, mate, but certainly room to certainly improve for me.
Yeah, really disappointing overall, but so pleased to have got away with a point in the end, because it could have easily been a bad day at the office for us. And really, really big thanks to Diogo for turning up for us. And when we needed a player, Diogo Jota was there and constantly finds a way to, pick up the point, pick it up out of the thing. Mr. Watt, I don't think it's 3 out of 9 because you're counting the Spurs. I'm not sure you're counting the Spurs game, but we beat West Ham, didn't we? 5-0. So it should have been 5 out of 9 rather than 3.
That's it, obviously, Mr. Watt. That's obviously a Tottenham game anyway. Yeah, we battered West Ham, drew to United, even though it seems like they won the game.
So weird.
Draw. the fans felt like they just got the winners. Like, what's you drew? That's
Mr. Wall saying if we don't beat Brentford.
Oh,
Mr. Wall, I saw you joined our Discord as well. I welcomed you, but I didn't get a response. I was a bit gutted, dude.
Say Mr. Wall, say hello. Say hello.
Every game, Arj, I totally agree with Arj here, where he says every game seems like a must-win because we keep drawing. Well, we draw the last 2 games, not every game. Brentford away, it seems like must-win. It is must-win.
All of them, yeah.
And Mr. Watt is scared of Discord. Sorry, mate. You'll enjoy it. It's all fun. Anyway, Jack, I did say we'll try and make it a quick one and not go 1 hour 10 this time. We've made it to 47, 48 minutes. So I think it's a good point to say, let's call it a night here. We have a Saturday game at 3 o'clock. Maybe you'll join me for that as well. Hopefully, we'll see if I can get a guest. If not, it might be me and you again. The Gags and Jack show, as Greg says. Thanks to Greg for putting in the slot comments for us. It wasn't Eddie, it was Greg. And
we go again.
Another draw. It does feel disappointing, I know, folks, but we got away with a loss there. We got away with one there because it looked really solid from them at one point. And we appreciate you guys being in the chat. We appreciate everybody watching on Twitter as well and Facebook. Thanks, Damo. Thank you, Andy. And we'll be back on. Actually, I'll be back on Thursday with Grizz for Chat G&G. For some more fallout on this. I'm sure some more ranting because we'll be talking about transfers, I'm sure, and players that we don't seem to sign when we need to. And
monitoring FC Liverpool at the minute in terms of monitoring players. So I don't know.
And Jack's going to be doing load more videos for us as well on the channel, so he'll be getting those out. Jack, anything else you'll be doing this week that you want to plug?
We've got the post-match analysis from tonight. That'll be on Anfield Index as well, where we break down the game. That should be out in around tomorrow afternoon as well, so just keep an eye on that. But everyone get involved in Anfield Index, everyone, on the lives as well. If you are watching on X or Facebook, head over to YouTube or whatnot. And it's not like we drew to Everton. We drew to Forest. It was first versus second tonight. Obviously, Forest were third, but with that point, it's put them above Arsenal. But we go again. It's going to be a hard old slog for this season. But if we play the way we have done so far this season, I know it's disappointing, drop points. But we drop points to Forest, who are. It's not like last season where they were in the relegation scrap. They are second in the league. So we go again. And
they've done well. They've done well. It's a good point. It's a good point away. I think, like you said, at the end of the season, you got it spot on. We'll look back at that and might say that might well win us the league in the end or something like that. But Mr. Wah, Thank you, appreciate it. And we're always going to respond to chats. That's the thing we're going to do. So if you're on here and you're watching live, we're going to be involved with you, and we're going to put as many things on here as possible and give you shout outs. So we appreciate you guys that much. And yeah, that's from me and Jack. Thank you very much to everyone for supporting us so far. Loads more coming. Anfield Index never stops. The churn in the wheel, the hamster's going all the time. But we'll keep on churning. We'll keep on smiling as well when we can. Thankfully, we didn't lose. I did not want to lose today, and that's the main thing. We want to win games. Let's hope that's against Brentford. Jack, hopefully see you then. Up the Reds.
To that.